yeah, Veronica Mars, I'm watching you. Private eyes.
Hello and welcome to your podcast, Veronica Mars. I am Joe.
And I am Travis.
And today we are back with Veronica Mars Season 4, this time Episode 2, Chino and the Man.
Okay, so
God.
I would like to read this review off of IMDb that just happened to catch my eye as I was looking up some actors and characters. I was doing a little research for this episode.
How do you accidentally fall upon IMDb reviews?
Because I was scrolling down to the trivia and the review was right under it.
Okay.
And it had a 1 star.
Oh.
And the title is From Golden to Garbage by Mr. Zellers. And I'm like, you know what, Mr. Zellers? You caught my attention. Let me see what you got.
Oh no.
So, Mr. Zellers says, as of this second episode of the quote-unquote 4th season, anyway, of what was, to me, a masterpiece of a series for 3 seasons.
Oh.
I disagree. It plummeted to pathetic disappointment, a sad shell of a corpse of all it once had been. And I certainly approached this quote-unquote resurgence of the series 12 years later with an open, ever-optimistic mind, which episode 1 maintained, more or less. R.I.P. Veronica Mars.
How is it that this was the episode that did it? Like, I think this did far better character work than the last episode. The plot stuff, I can't speak to.
It's just, I mean, like, I don't know.
Also, if you're thinking season 3 is like some golden era of Veronica Mars,
I
want to question. I would like to question what you thought was golden about that year.
Yeah, I just wanted to share that with everyone.
I have follow-up questions.
I know. Mr. Zellers, if you're listening, which I doubt it, but if you are,
I doubt it.
Do you know?
Listeners, do you know a Mr. Zellers?
Please let us know. We'd love to come on. Love you to come on. We'd love to have a discussion with you. And I'm
curious about season 3. I want to know also season 3.
This is their only review they've ever written, so clearly they felt a way about it.
This wasn't part of that whole like burnt bombing.
No, that's what I thought. But
not at all.
They really felt a way about it.
Oh, their one review.
But I like it's funny because I don't really read IMDb reviews because like.
Why
to
would
be
you?
honest, reviews are bullshit. Like what you want to like. It was just. I don't think this episode was that bad. Like I didn't love this episode, but it didn't. Veronica Mars was tarnished a long time ago for me, to be honest. If anything, this has kind of made me like it a bit more. But like, the golden shimmer of the season 1 died a sad, slow death a long time ago for me. So.
R.I.P. 2007. Jesus Christ.
But I just wanted to bring it up because it gave me a chuckle today at work when I was reading it. And I'm like, you know what?
This person was going through it.
This person was going through it. Something snapped in this person. And I don't know. I have a feeling it has to do with the Logan and Veronica stuff because that seems to be the contention from the whole series.
And I can't wait to talk about it. This is like really good Logan and Veronica.
We really liked it, but I don't think other people really liked it because apparently Veronica can't be problematic and have mental issues. But anyway, Joe, please, I've done some reading. Please read to me what this episode's about.
Alrighty. So the internet says about Chino and the Man, Veronica and Keith launched their investigation. Their involvement puts Police Chief Langdon on edge. Penn goes public with his theory on who the bomber is. Meanwhile, local teen Maddie Ross begins her own search for her father's killer. Because we all know Veronica Mars not local to Neptune at all.
Oh yeah, that's a weird
local teen Maddie Ross.
I mean, they're all local.
Everyone. It's just so stupid. All right, let's get into this. Let's talk about how, first of all, there's a previously on. And I was just wishing we could have gotten, like, this would have been a perfect spot for I've Got a Secret, a good one. And then cut into whatever else you need. Like, would they have to pay Amanda Seyfried
really
for that?
This episode.
Yes. Would they have to pay Amanda, though? She deserves, but, like, would they have to?
I don't know, because, like...
It's archive footage at this point for WB, isn't it? Or CW?
Yeah, but, like,
or...
I don't know. But it's Hulu now, so I don't know. I don't know what the rights are.
Oh, they own it. Yeah. Oh, God. I'm guessing not, because they don't use
That's the one thing about actors and stuff.
Footage.
Like...
Oh, wait, no.
No, they use her later on. A picture of her, don't they?
They use footage in last episode, like when Veronica has that, like, she has that voiceover at the beginning. Don't they? Right?
That's from the movie. That's from the movie.
Oh.
Movie.
Okay, if the movie could do it, fucking a Hulu series could do it.
But I have a feeling for the movie, Amanda's like, yeah, cool. You can do it. Like, it's free. It's like, that's my contribution to the Veronica Mars fandom.
Oh,
but I don't know how that works. Because they talk about Lily later on. I don't know if we get any pictures of Lily later on.
I don't think so.
But also, I just feel like it'd be weird because they'd have to, like, digitally edit it so it'd be widescreen.
That's fine.
It's
a car wash. It's a fucking car wash. It doesn't need to be...
it 8 times, so we better put some effort into it.
To preserve the integrity of Rob Thomas's original vision.
I want the Thomas cut of season 1.
To preserve his vision of the previously on.
Turned out to be siblings.
Previously ons are done in a 4:3 aspect ratio.
Oh my god, in black and white.
Fuck you.
So
let's talk about
love
Dick.
Actor Dick.
I kind of wish that was his life, though. Like,
I
also
also
got
do kind of wish that was his life.
excited.
I do wish he was hanging out with Josh Duhamel. I think that'd be good for everyone.
Well, like, it just would be him, like, busting out for some heroin. I don't know. I would love some, like, drug addict, street urchin Dick.
I mean,
Let
we
him
all
suffer
assume
some.
Dick is a drug addict. That's not the point. He's halfway there. I really enjoy how Dick is with Veronica. He's like, after playing a private eye, I get where you're going from now, Veronica. And she's like, thinking more than one thought at a time.
She, like, you know, when he got, like, a role for that, he was like, okay, like, I gotta play this like Veronica would. Like, I have the perfect experience. Like, me and Veronica, we were best friends going through high school. Like, I could pick up on this. I could do this. And then he gets there and he's like,
I would like, as much as I like actor Dick, I don't quite understand where it came from, because it was never really hinted at in the movie. It just feels kind of out of the blue. I love it, but I also don't get it.
Like, it kind of makes sense, like, between, like, Dick and Logan, if one of them were to be, like, it's kind of fun to see, like, Dick in that spot versus, like, Logan, who came from actors. Like, I don't know.
Yes.
I get, though, that it feels out of the blue.
I would have liked to see Dick more as, like, a reality star than, like, an actual actor.
Yeah, he's not, like, A-list. Like, he's very... I loved, like, when they're, like, it cuts back into the movie theater, and he's like, I did that in one take. Like, he's so
proud.
Proud of him. So proud. Which also, I really wish, like, him and like, okay, problematic, Madison and Dick, but it would be so cute to see her, like, on his arm, like,
next
to him at
stage wife.
Yes.
I would like to see Veronica as a stage mom. I think they really missed out having Dick shadow Veronica for a week. I'm just saying.
So, like, okay, going back to my Veronica Mars season 4.
Oh my god.
We had a storyline like that where they were shooting, like, an Aaron Eccles movie in town. Like, it was this big Hollywood thing. Anyway,
of course.
But the actress who plays Veronica, like, just, like, follows her around all the time, and, like, Trina as well, because Trina
I was gonna say,
is,
I'm
of course,
assuming Trina shows
in it.
up.
Yeah, she's
she play
a
herself?
recurring. Yeah, of course. Why would who would she, like?
Of course,
she wanted to play Veronica. Of course.
Of course, she wanted to play
But
Veronica.
she said she got a blonde wig, but they wouldn't go for it. They were gunning for someone younger. You know how young blood in Hollywood.
I was surprised
Veronica.
she didn't want to be Lily Kane.
Well, she dies pretty early on, and she wanted a speaking role.
But she's a vital role, though.
Heather and I talked about this extensively.
Of course you did. I think Trina would just be happy to be in the film.
Oh, okay. I'm just happy to
No,
be here, guys.
I think they cast Trina as Lynn, and she's like, I'm too young to be a mother, and they're like, you'll be perfect for Lynn. It's perfect.
she's like, this is the greatest acting. Like, this is going to be the biggest acting feat ever. Like, I'm going to go into this role. I'm going to Benjamin Button myself, except I don't know if Benjamin Button had been out at the time, so...
I want to say...
Who knows?
Maybe.
Let's get back to the actual real timeline.
So we're introduced to
season 4.
J.K. Simmons, Clyde.
I like him. Well,
I like him too. I have a little funny story because I every time J.K. Simmons shows up in anything, my good friend Kaylin and I one time we were trying to remember his name, and then we're like, okay, neither of us is gonna look it up. Like whoever gets it first, like wins this little thing, and then like 2 hours later go by, and all of a sudden I yell out, J.K. Simmons! Because I finally remembered. So now, and like we'll randomly just like call each other and be like, J.K. Simmons! And then hang up.
it's normal.
So I can't take J.K. Simmons seriously anymore because just his name is like, it doesn't sound right anymore when I say it.
He is such a good actor. Like, he's just so good. He's like the male Meryl Streep.
I wish we would get to see more of him as Jim Gordon. I think that would have been really interesting.
He's a good Jim Gordon. He's
coming back as the Spider-Man dude.
J. Jonah Jameson.
Yeah.
He's perfect for that.
Yeah.
Like Jennifer's Body. Like, come on. Like the classics.
He's a really great chameleon because you forget he's in stuff.
Yes.
Like, J.K. Simmons.
J.K. Simmons. He can do anything. Anything.
I like when he's interrogating Monroe.
And
he's
my
like,
God, yes.
He's like, class of 2015, and she's just like,
yeah.
And he's like, I don't know what the school's teaching you, but you're a dumb bitch.
You need to go back to math class and actually pay attention.
Yeah.
All
Maybe
right,
instead of
let's keep
hanging
it
out
going,
with
sugar.
celebrities, you go study for tomorrow's test.
But like in her defense, yes.
I get it.
But also, watch out, Dick. But okay, so like I really, really enjoy the Clyde and Big Dick story. Like I think it's
too.
Good piece of Veronica Mars mythos. It fits in with the show. Like it brings us back to season 2, or it could have. I just like
because I like Big Dick. The actor David Starzyk. I think he's a great actor.
He is,
and I think it's nice that he's finally getting stuff to do, because I feel like in season 2 and in season 3 they're like setting him up for something, and you're like, and then he's just,
and they took it away. They're like,
but like I know for a fact he's in this entire season, so
I can get excited about it again.
That's like the one thing I remember is he is in a majority of this season.
Every episode up until the bitter end.
I mean, I don't know if he's in every episode, but I know he plays a major role.
He doesn't just disappear for 6 episodes and then like. And show I even
like him and Dick playing golf with Logan, and how Logan's just like so not wanting to be there.
And Dick's like, "You're poor now. It's okay. You can have the good stuff with me."
But I also really like that Big Dick's like, "That's great. You can buy it for him," which I think is a nice little like. It's a little clue that, like, maybe Big Dick's not as successful as he's, like, pretending to be.
Again,
I also like
again,
that Clyde, he gets, like, 10 of them later.
Oh, I know. But I guess I'm pretty sure that's, like, set some shit up against Big Dick and Little Dick.
I think so.
I think so. See, this is the bad part
But
about having watched it already.
I think it's because Big Dick called her sweetheart, and he's just like, no.
We don't need that. We don't need that. It is 20... What year is this in here? 2019, 2018?
It's 2019.
But what year are they trying to say it is?
I don't even think they
issue.
established it. I want to say it takes place in 2019.
It has not been established. Well, nope, never mind. We're not even going to get into that.
I did find it weird that... So was Dick only in prison for 1 year?
I don't think so.
Because he says,
Maybe.
like, I have 363 days left here.
Because he comes back in season 3.
But because he's just about to go to prison in season 3.
Oh, yeah.
Because he fled the country in season 2.
That's right. That's right. He didn't go to jail in season 2.
He didn't go to jail.
He went to Barbados.
Yes. And then he came back. And then it was like granted some like hangout time with his son before he went to jail, as rich white men get, which I'm like, that's...
As they are wont to do.
I really like the prison stuff, and I like how Clyde set it all up so that he can get Big Dick.
Oh, I know. Oh, God. When the other inmate comes up at the end, he's like, oh, God, you were a good actor. I really
It's about living
that.
in the moment.
He was so good. I love that. It was so
I also love
perfect.
that the payoff is like ramen noodles, which I'm like, I get it.
I mean... And there were so many different flavors. Like, that's going to keep him
It was a
for a while.
Clyde, when he sets you up, that was a nice variety.
He could have gotten him all, like, just chicken and, like, been
that was
at
like
it.
a Costco variety pack, so go Clyde.
Clyde is very nice.
I also really enjoy how proud Big Dick is of his tattoo, and then it quick cuts to him getting
Oh,
the
my God.
tattoo. And then Clyde's like, when Big Dick goes to thank him, Clyde's like, don't be like a sniveling like piece of shit beside me. That's thanks enough.
Clyde is just not here for the bullshit, and I think it's very much needed among that group.
Mm-hmm. And I liked his I really liked his interaction with Veronica when he comes to see her. There was something almost like menacing about it, because you're like, there's something with this guy, but he was very like respectful. He's like, I appreciate you being upfront and honest. And Veronica's like, most
not many people do. Yeah.
And like she's very like upfront, and she's just like, so you want me to track down this woman who's made it very clear she doesn't want you part of your life? And like, because I forgot what his reaction was. I'm like, he's gonna like, you're on the list now, Veronica. But he's just very like, no, thank you for shooting the shit with me.
It's fair.
Yeah.
I loved... Okay, so, like, at the end of that, when he's walking out, just, like, the shot on Veronica, like, I don't know, there's something about it I really love. Like, she looks very weathered and, like, wise? Like, she looks like...
She has this almost, like, not a smirk, but, like, a small smile. There's something... I really liked it. It all worked very well.
She looked like, maybe knowingly, I don't know. It looked like she had been doing this for a while, which she has.
And it almost felt like, just like a, thank you. Finally, someone took what I said and didn't freak out of my office. I also like when he comes in, he's like, so like, the doofus, your boyfriend's doofus friend, when he was talking, like, he was addressed Dick as Dick.
He could have just said Big Dick's son, but it was like your boyfriend's stupid fucking friend. Oh, it's beautiful. Mm-hmm. I wish we would have gotten more of that, because that's pretty much all of it for the episode. But every time it was on, I really enjoyed it.
My attention was definitely with that stuff, and then it's a shame because I don't think the rest of the episode was as strong as this.
I think pieces of it were.
Yeah.
But then, like, it dips somewhere in the middle. Like, when Veronica and Keith go to visit the, like, D&D kids.
Oh my God.
To interrogate them.
I like when he's like, I like a woman who sees a glass ceiling and says, F that. And then it's just like,
yes!
Thank you.
She is so disgusted the entire time.
It's almost too much, but then you remember, you're like, but you got, like, college age boys are like that.
Mm-hmm. And, like, it's Veronica, so, like, It all works
Diane,
so
because this
well.
is a Diane episode. I think she gave them a
It
great
is.
voice.
It is a Diane episode, and it's great.
And then like how
It's
they
great.
just keep what he also he's like, when I think of Private Eyes, I don't think of like hot chicks like you. I think of and then like looking at Keith, and he's like molten hot, like a dog.
Yes!
And then they all have that forced laugh. They're like, he just laughed because her dad thinks it's funny, guys. And then when she chucks the controller, she's just like, be a little bit present. Your friend's dead.
Right? Like, come on. Oh.
Do you want to continue with the Keith and Veronica stuff?
Like, just in general? Like, throughout the...
Because then we get to them interviewing Patton Oswalt.
Oh, my God. Oh, but first, real quick, back to, like, the Veronica and Clyde scene. I really loved the, where he acknowledges that, wasn't there an article about you in Vanity Fair?
What is like 8 articles, like 8 lines or whatever.
8 column inches. As you can see, it set me up for life. Like, I just really loved the whole, like, fact, like, someone, like, recognizes Veronica from all of the, like, publicity she has received.
I don't, because it reminds me of just, like, very gimmicky, like, because the headline was something like Girl Detective, or, like...
Oh, yeah.
Something so stupid, and it was just... She's just like, well, I'm gonna do it, because maybe... Because I bet it came out after the whole, like, the movie murder, like, Gia's murder and all that, because that was kind of really big and flashy.
Yeah, that probably... And he's not going to remember something from, like, 15 years ago about...
Yeah, so it probably came after, like, solving the Carrie Bishop and all that murder. Because that would have been a really big story. So I can see Vanity Fair doing it. I wish we would have gotten to see that article, or just, like, a cutout of it.
Right? Like, have it, pinned behind the desk. Like, I fully believe Keith has it framed, if it's an article about
Keith
Veronica.
has it framed. Keith has, like, 5 copies that are sealed. And then, like, he bought a bunch to give away.
Mint condition.
It's on, like,
smoke-free house.
It's on, like, when you walk into Neptune Investigation, all the magazines are just that issue.
Mars Investigations?
Yes, Mars Investigations. Neptune Investigations.
That's where Veronica expands out the brand a little bit. The spin-off show starring Maddie that you've so desperately wanted.
So let's talk about Pat
Local
Oswalt.
teen Maddie. Sorry. I just can't get over local teen Maddie.
I never realized how obviously they set it up that he's behind it all.
I know. And
Like, so
Rob was
bad.
like, they won't see it.
It's so bad.
Either that, or he was like throwing all this obvious shit out there so that no one would see the like car bomb at the end. That's the only thing I could think of, because it is so obvious.
I really like Patton Oswalt. I'm a huge fan of King of Queens, and he was hilarious on that.
My God.
Enough people don't give enough love to King of Queens. That was like a prime sitcom.
Iconic.
It deserved... The fact that they never got a
Legendary.
single Emmy win or nomination is a fucking travesty. Okay.
Leah Remini is robbed every year constantly. So was Ben Stiller's
Ben Stiller's dad,
Jerry
yeah.
Stiller.
Jerry Stiller.
Kevin James can go fuck himself.
Nicole Sullivan was fucking iconic on that as Holly the
As the dog walker. Yes!
As the dog walker.
Oh my God. We're doing a King of Queens podcast.
I'm just saying-
We're doing King of Queens.
I watch King of Queens all the time. It's not on
King of
anything to stream,
podcasts.
but I have it.
King of podcasts.
I have it all downloaded. So
You're a podcast, Heffernans.
oh my God, I would die. And then we can contribute like an entire like 4-part miniseries to the mystery of Carrie's sister that just vanishes and is never brought back up again. Like,
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
I got some love. Like, it's such a weird niche. I love King of Queens.
So, like, listen, me and my parents, we didn't like watch a lot of TV together, like have the same thing. But some about King of Queens.
That's
we
like
all
my
watched
family
together.
too. It would be The Simpsons and the King of Queens. That was our family time.
It was, oh God.
And it ran for 9 seasons, and I think people forget that. It was on for 9 years, guys.
Yeah, take that, Seinfeld. You
9
fucking
years.
piece of shit. Oh God, I hate Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I hate Seinfeld so much.
I can talk about King of Queens forever, because I think, I quote King of Queens more often than not. So like, I love it. I love it so much.
We gotta look to see what this fan base is like. What is the King and Queen's fan base?
I think the fan base is a lot of like our parents' ages.
Fuck, you're right. I mean, I could. Oh God. All right, so we're gonna put a pin in that.
But it's also kind of funny how we're definitely more interested in talking about other things than this episode. So let's not.
I actually have some stuff I do want to talk about.
I really liked Penn's basement suite. As someone who's looking at basement suites right now, I was like, "That's beautiful."
Oh my God! He's like, "No, I don't live up here. I earned like 50K."
I know. Yes, I'm like, get it, boy, get it,
dude. If I just had to go for like a month, like a month to earn 50K, fuck yeah! I'll live in a small little motel room for I can live out of my car for a month for 50K.
I like the scene with him. I really like because I like his banter with the Marses, and he's like, "How many times have I been to your place of work? Why don't you guys order from Chow's Pizza anymore?" And they're like, Veronica's like, "Carbs." And then he's like, "Oh, did you guys want a beer?" And Veronica's like, "No." No.
I did. Okay, so like I love that we get our first mention of the murder heads.
I don't like the name murder heads. I feel like they could have found something more clever, but
it's what it is.
I enjoy how Veronica's like, delete your tweet.
Oh my God, that was perfect.
But he also was like, did I say anything wrong? Right? He's like, did I stumble?
He didn't say a goddamn thing wrong. I love that.
I will say though, I don't think Don was corrupt. I just think he was bad at his job. I calling him corrupt kind of was like, we never really saw that.
That is fair. We saw more. It was ego and just bad at his job.
Bad at his job. They never really set it up as him being corrupt, so that kind of felt like weird because they never once set that up that he was corrupt.
Yeah, we never had like a storyline where that was like an issue.
Yeah.
I agree.
And then I like when he's at the end, he's like, "Do you think we'll ever find out who killed Lily Kane?"
Oh my
I died.
God.
Dead. I'm like, you know what? I don't really care for this character, but you ain't wrong.
Dude, like, okay, so one of the best things they put into the season was like putting it out there that people don't know who killed Lily Kane or what actually happened.
I've been listening to a podcast called Murder and Cocktails, and they're doing like a bunch of unsolved celebrity cases. Technically, in the world of Veronica Mars, Lily Kane is an unsolved murder.
Oof. With so much like sticky, messy stuff around it too.
So much. And then like, because you in your head you're like, well, it's solved. We know what happened. But it's like, do we? Because it was just Veronica's vivid imagination.
So we had like an idea. I think it was like around season 1 where we wanted to do like a little like spin-off mini series thing where we did like a unsolved mystery but about like Lily Kane's murder and like set it as like a real world type thing, but then nothing ever. Life happens. And it did not come into fruition, but it would have been a lot of fun. Yeah. Also, like, I would have had to put on a lot of voices, and I'm not.
I guess it technically is confirmed because, like, Aaron does say it to her in the elevator that he smashed Lily's brains in.
Oh yeah, so like it's like, confirmed for us.
But I do like that the world is like, well, it's kind of like how John Bonet. We all know who murdered her, but it's an unsolved mystery.
Yeah, like, come on. It was the brother. He is nodding in agreement with me. I'm not... You
What? It is the brother.
Okay, I'm like, don't you, like, pussyfoot around this now, sir. Stand up in that.
It's the father or someone in that family, but I strongly believe it's the brother, yeah.
It's the brother. Oh, yeah. 1,000%. No, if I don't want to be that because they were children, but, like, it's the brother.
It was a no. I mean, a 9-year-old, you know what you're doing. Because the podcast just did the John Bonet stuff, and they're talking about how, like, all the weird stuff the parents are doing. I'm like, just how the Canes were, like, washing Duncan's soccer uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, so who was the like actor friend that? No. So what I did like with Maddie in this episode.
Sorry, that's just Travis verbally vomiting on screen.
Is when she's being interrogated by Langdon, and she's asking her like, "Did your father have any debts?" And she's just like, "Don't all adults? Don't you?"
Oh my god,
I felt that.
That felt like a personal attack on me, and I didn't like it.
No, too real, Maddie. Too real.
This is a TV show. I come here to escape.
This is my safe space. And Veronica, you're shrinking that safe space right now. That was one of my favorite like moments of the episode.
I do wish like it's nice that we have a new like police officer, like Neptune's Incorporated, and like they have a police like actual police. It would have been nice if they like kind of delved into that a little bit because it's kind of like a out of the blue. But I wish they were still a little more competent. It just seems like again we just nothing but morons.
And, you know, it would work more if we saw that it was something, like, coming from above that. But we never go above that.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just,
hey,
like... I mean, I get it. Yeah, they are all
as
incompetent, but...
Is she the chief? I don't know what she is. I don't know what her... I think she's just a cop, isn't she?
She's, like, head of them. I don't understand cop hierarchy. It doesn't matter.
All I know is, like, Commissioner Gordon talks to Batman, and he's the only one who does, so...
Yeah. I guess she's the Commissioner Gordon of Neptune. Why isn't she putting up the Mars signal? It just illuminates up Mars a little bit brighter. Marses. Yeah, well, they should.
So yeah, I don't like Maddie. She's not cute. She's almost just like annoying because they're trying too hard to recapture Veronica as a teenager, and like they're trying too hard, and it's not. She doesn't have the same. Because to be honest, a lot of the stuff from season 1 of Veronica only works because of Kristen Bell. It's
1000% true.
And unfortunately, this actress is not Kristen Bell. I don't like whatever. I just didn't like her on Supergirl, and I don't like her on here. So I'm not a big fan of her. And Joe cut out my entire hate speech on her.
I did, and we're never getting that cut. We're not getting the Travis.
I still have that on my computer.
Travis hates Maddie cut.
Don't worry. But
maybe I'll cut this out too, and they won't even know.
Like her, like leading Veronica on the weird path. It didn't really work for me.
I thought that was a little fun. It was just,
but I like the stuff with Liam Fitzpatrick. I loved a good
yes.
Little, like, he's like, because yeah, she. Like, the problem is, young Veronica was, no, we called her an idiot a lot. No, I take it back. Veronica would just show up and start spray painting the vending machines. I take it back. The Veronica would do that.
This is a very Veronica moment.
But I love, the thing that, like, got me going was, he's about to smash the window and she pulls out a gun. And I'm like, Veronica's a woman.
Oh, she was. Oh, I loved it. It was such a good, like, table turn, too, from, like, back in season 2 with her and Leah. Like,
and just like all the times we've seen her before in danger and all she's had a stun gun, and she's like, I'm an adult now. I can carry a gun.
Actually, this is America, and I just got this at Walmart, and I will not be threatened, Liam.
With a wrench.
I also got these this big thing of cheesy poofs. It's like a gallon thing of the cheese balls. So,
but I also like, she's like, you ain't smashing my window, but I will shoot through it to protect my property.
She's like, I got the food because I'm not me when I'm hungry, and I don't want to be carrying around a gun when I'm hangry, you guys. It's just, it makes sense. It's practical. But it was, I really, like, when she whips out that gun, that was awesome. That felt good. It was felt a great like
cut, and it was just
not pictured, but better.
Yes. And this like solidifies that she's an adult.
Not better necessarily, but like better in terms of like the moment where like she was like in charge and not like trying to gain.
And there's just like this moment of like everyone's like very still and not sure what's going to happen. And then she's just like, and then Liam's like, okay. And then he's like, I hate that chick. And the guy's like, which one? He's just like, all of them?
Pick one. I don't fucking care. I do wish, because I really enjoyed the, 5 seconds we got of Veronica and Nicole. I forgot how much this is getting, slow burned out between her and Nicole. I wish they would just be friends. Give us, instead of Maddie, just double down on Nicole. Have that be as her in, or her friendship for the kid. I don't know, but Nicole was just such a more interesting character. She's a, I don't know. I didn't realize
I liked her just interaction with Keith. How she's like, you guys are pretty infamous, the Marses.
Veronica wanted to scissor her hard.
Yes. And then when especially when Keith's like, and that's why you punched him out, and she's like, well, I forgot my Uzi, so
and Veronica's just ooh. Tell me more. I'll be back later for a beer if you want to talk about it.
But it is nice that even though she doesn't have a big part in this episode, her being in this episode at least continues us being okay, she's gonna be an important character. So I think in the first episode it's almost she might just be a one shot.
Fun fact or fun tip.
Okay.
Fun tip. So Veronica breaking into the sliding glass door or whatever. Or she just unlocks it. That is why you always have a little bar to put down at the bottom of your sliding glass door, so that no one could just come in. Because those locks are so easy to break. They are so
there's been many a times where I was locked out of my own house when I was growing up, and I would just go to the back and you just and it's so easy. You just jiggle it with something enough and it's gonna open up.
Mm-hmm. Even apartment complexes, that's what I would have to do.
You always put a bar, or my boyfriend has a second lock and a bar because he's
down at the
there's a second lock at the bottom and a bar.
Smart.
Yeah, except for it's annoying sometimes because you always forget about the bar, so you do the 2 locks. You're why isn't it? Oh, right, the
bar. Do you want to talk about the Logan and Veronica stuff?
I want to quickly talk about my least favorite part of this episode and season is the hillbillies versus the Malufs or whatever the last names are. I didn't care for it. What?
I enjoyed it a lot. There are certain parts I enjoyed. One, I loved the mom yelling at the other mom, trash.
Yes, and in that aspect, I like the scene as if you remove the scene as just a scene, I like it. But in the greater scheme of things, I'm okay, I don't really care about this Romeo trashy Juliet love story.
I don't care about the love story portion of it. No, I liked the Logan kicking the shit out of them scene because that was actually really well choreographed too.
It was for because Veronica Mars, their fight scenes have never been the greatest.
No.
This one was, and it was also I get it, Veronica. I get why angry Logan does it for you. And if I was in your shoes too,
he wasn't even angry.
I know. Oh. I would also be really upset that he's kind of neutering himself, and I would also be just every now and then, just punch through a wall. Just punch a wall for me, Logan. I'm not asking too much.
Maybe once a month. I'll pay for it. It's fine. It'll come out of my expenses. It'll be the Logan punch a wall. We'll invest in some drywall. It's fine. Yeah. Actually, if you could start busting through brick, we might have something.
Amp up the material.
It's what Mortal Kombat's Test Your Might.
Test Your Might.
But with Logan, every month it's something new to punch through.
Oh my god.
Starts with drywall, ends up with titanium by the end.
So I got this gold bar.
So have you heard of adamantium? Yeah, so it isn't actually just in the comic books. I got a piece here. Okay, going back to Maddie and the Fitzpatricks. Why Maddie says something along the lines of, the guy was stocking gum. We don't stock gum. We're a motel. The fuck? Why wouldn't a motel have gum? I don't get that. What am I missing here?
I don't know either.
Maybe I heard it wrong. I didn't rewind it, but I am 99.6% sure that she said we're a motel, like as in like we wouldn't carry gum because we're a motel. Where, like, I'm sorry, but if you're gonna be like a hookup spot, yeah, you probably should have gum, like a breath mint, something, Listerine pouches, Listerine strips.
It also, because it reminds me of
menthol cigarettes
from Winter Soldier, where Black Widow puts the USB in the vending machine, or someone does, and she put in the gum. So I'm like, I don't know, if gum's in a Marvel vending machine, why would it not be in a real vending machine?
Well, it's funny because I think next episode they talk about Marvel too.
It's also, yeah, because I feel like I've bought gum from a vending machine before.
At a motel? No, it's not that it's from a vending machine, because
but like from motel, like also because you're right. If it's like a hookup spot, there should be gum and condoms.
Gum, condoms, cigarettes, little shooters of alcohol, like, you know, all the works. To get through it. I don't know. It was just something really weird, and I wanted to know if you caught it.
I wish it was something else. I wish it was more like it was a different item that would stand out more. No, I agree.
Like animal cookies. Like, oh, we don't carry animal cookies. We're a motel. We're sophisticated. Something like that.
We don't serve like raw hot dogs in there. Why would he put raw hot dogs in there?
So he was just putting sandwich meats in there, and I don't like. There was a sliced pepperoni, and I mean,
we don't put fresh sandwiches in the vending machine. We're not that ghetto.
There's just. We just throw like buckets of ice in it to keep it chilled. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. I wish it was a different item, something, or like, I don't know, or like a weird brand where she's like, we don't stock that brand, or
I don't know. It felt weird.
It felt too much like this. What this season I do remember is they throw a lot of red herrings out there. And it's not. My biggest issue in mysteries with a bunch of like red herrings, it doesn't make a good mystery. It actually makes a worse mystery where you're like, I don't know how to write a good mystery, so I'm just gonna throw a lot of misdirects. It's kind of what happened with WandaVision. There's a lot of misdirects.
I don't think there were a lot of misdirects. I think there was a lot of people were expecting it being what. No, there was not. There was a lot of
misdirects on that show. Okay,
sir, all the misdirects were in the comment section. Calm down.
No,
calm down.
No.
Yeah.
And I also think it's funny because like now Winter Soldier and Falcon, no one talks about it because everyone's like, eh.
Well, also, like, the thing about WandaVision compared to anything else is, for one, Wanda's linked to mutants, and there's that whole thing that people were dying for.
People were dumb.
Never going to happen. Ugh.
Everyone in this town is just going to be a mutant now. All your favorite mutants were part of this town.
Right? Yeah, like Wolverine, Magneto. They were all neighbors.
Everyone, we're just going to whitewash. Everyone's from New Jersey.
Ileana wasn't actually taken to a demon dimension. She was just taken outside of the pocket for like a couple years, and that's where she comes back as magic. It's fine. It's a thing. It's whatever. But also, it's like a magic show. Like, that's something about shows with, like, magic tend to bring that sort of, like, fan theory, like, into, like, a fervor.
I disagree, but we'll talk about that another time.
Oh, yeah, this is not what we're talking about. No, we're talking about this. Okay, can we talk about, like, the best part? The Veronica and Logan stuff.
Let's talk about the Veronica and Logan stuff. I loved it. I love that this is kind of because usually it's the boyfriend that's like shitty and unemotional and like feelings are gay, but it's very Veronica that's
Veronica would totally say feelings are gay.
Feelings are gay.
Just like that, dude. She wouldn't say feelings are for faggots, but she would say feelings are gay.
Yeah.
There's a whole difference in it, and
Yes.
she sees it.
Yes.
Which is why it's excused. So I think this was like the perfect scene to have Diane write.
I agree.
It's like something I feel like she has personally been building up over like these past like 3 seasons, and she's like, yes, finally, thank you.
It's also...
She's like, Veronica is a piece of shit. Logan deserves better now that he is a better person.
It also plays better written by a woman and doesn't feel like
yes,
a man writing a woman, which, let's be real, it's kind of the trend of the series.
Well, also because it's like Rob writing as a guy for
Yes.
a woman to speak the words. Like, that's what it is. That's his shtick for the show. So, but Diane actually comes in and brings like, she's like, well, I'm an actual woman with actual woman-like experiences, so
I have, yeah, exactly.
let me relate to this.
I know what it's like to be on like the women's side of things.
It's 2019, Rob. Women can be funny, okay?
Women can have mental traumas, Rob. It's 2019.
Without the sexual trauma.
Oh my god. I mean, we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry. Don't worry about that. Trust me. If that's what you're missing, maybe that person should have waited to write his review until we got to the sexual trauma of the season. I think that's what was missing.
I think that's what was missing.
Yeah.
They weren't really feeling it yet because they're like, this isn't the Veronica Mars I know. Where's the rape? I came here for the rape, you guys. I was told every season there would be a rape.
And it's usually right off the bat. So what's going on,
right?
Guys?
Don't we open the season with this? What the fuck? Is this a new... Oh, this really is a reboot. This really is a reboot. We're waiting...
My golden age is gone.
The golden
Oh my god.
So, speaking of that, I'm glad you brought it back to that review, because something that a lot of Burns latched onto in a weird way, as to proof as to the writers don't know what they're doing this season. Do you know what paella is?
The fruit?
Paella, the thing Logan was cooking. Is that's what it was, right?
Yes,
The like
I know.
seafood dish or whatever.
Yes.
Okay, so apparently Logan is allergic to seafood or shellfish or something, and because he's cooking paella,
that's right.
The writers don't know what they're doing. It's just further proof that this isn't Veronica Mars. And I'm like, you all are so fucking stupid. Get a life. Go outside and touch the grass with your feet. I beg of you. This is coming from someone who talks about the show once a week for a fucking hour on a podcast.
Like, you can...
No.
I...
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you
No.
dare. Travis, I will give you a wedgie.
I'm not agreeing with them. I'm just saying, like,
okay.
My boyfriend and I have... I'm the one who cooks, so my boyfriend has certain allergies, but, like, we get, like fresh prep, like one of them food that's we get fresh prep, which is like the ingredients are sent to you and I cook them.
Hello Fresh. That's ours. That's one of ours.
We have HelloFresh too, but we are doing fresh prep, and there's ingredients that he can't have or doesn't like, but like I can still make them. I can make 2 separate meals for us and like it'd be okay.
Is there such thing as a non-seafood paella?
I mean,
I don't even really know what paella is.
But how do we know, like, what
shrimp dish?
he... But also, people, like, not to, like, people grow out of allergies, too.
Or grow into them. Because, like, I'm allergic to dairy now in Austin. He's the cook. I don't cook. I hate it, though. But he'll just, like, if it's something that requires, like, a cheese or something, he'll make his with cheese and mine without. Like, chicken parm, mine just has no cheese on it. So it's not as fun, but like it's still good. But yeah, it's very, very possible to make a dish without the food you're allergic to.
Also, maybe he's making it for Veronica and he's making him... Also, like, again, like you said, for someone who's like spent hours breaking down these episodes, get a fucking life.
It's like I don't get it. Like, if this is what like your biggest complaint is, like that you're gonna be like, oh, Logan ate paella, and I don't think like I'm a fucking nerd, but like, come on.
Well, also, people don't seem to be too concerned about the fact that Logan has 2 different origins of when he came to Neptune, and no one's really brought that up during season 1 to 3. About how he was there as like him and Duncan were friends since kindergarten, but also he didn't move there till he was 11 when he first met Veronica. So
what about this golden age of 1 through 3? What about this golden?
Also, like at the end of the day, that was like a throwaway line in season 1. Like,
who cares?
Let's crucify Diane for not rewatching the series before writing this, okay?
Like, and taking note of allergens when saying someone is cooking something.
I also think, like, a lot of fans don't realize that, and this sounds bad, but, like, the writers, the actors are not as invested as some of these fans.
At all.
It's, like, my favorite thing. Like, it's from The Simpsons, where they're, like, the nerds on The Simpsons were like, in episode blah, 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 this character was doing this.
I love that.
And then it's just, like, the voice, it's the voice actor of Itchy and Scratchy, and she's just like, magic? And they're like, yeah.
Like, yeah, of course the actors care and, like, love the fans and all that, but they're not, like, their life isn't based around the show. They have a whole life of their own to lead. They have other shows to be on, other movies to be in. Like,
especially because it's not like, it would be different if, like, the episode before he's like, I'm allergic to shrimp, and then in this episode he's
right.
Shrimp. It was like 15 years removed.
Come on. Get over it.
Also, there's so many more inconsistencies in Veronica Mars. Yeah. This can't be the one we're nitpicking. You can't just nitpick one and then, like, forgive them the rest of them. And trust me, you've heard me nitpick enough to know, coming from me, let's just forget it.
Oh my god. Do you have anything else?
I like that
I guess we could
back
talk a bit
to the Neptune Grand. I like that Logan and Dick are playing video games. It was very like,
yes.
It was nice.
It was cute. And I know what Far Cry is now, so like, feel good on that. I'm like, I know what they're playing.
The Neptune Grand kind of got a downgrade because it doesn't look as good as it did in the series.
It looks like a weird apartment.
I would also like to say, where's my Brett Ratner cameo? Throwing it out there. In my mind, he's the manager of the Neptune Grand now.
Oh, 1,000%. He runs that shit and runs it well. And every day he's just like, you know what? I did this just to spite Veronica so that if she ever comes back here, I could just make her life hell.
I don't understand why they're at the Neptune Grand, because I thought Dick lived in Neptune, so I don't know why he would have a place in the Neptune Grand.
Does he live in Neptune?
I mean, I don't know. Doesn't he? I don't know.
I don't know.
Whatever, the Neptune Grand was a nice little shout out, because Maddie mentions it earlier on in the episode. I'm like, haha, Neptune Grand. And then they go there, so.
Haha, I know that place.
What I will say, though, and what I really appreciate, and maybe, I was going to say, maybe they heard my podcast, even though we talked about it after the season was filmed. I like that the 2 rooms felt like different rooms. It didn't feel like the same room redressed.
Oh my god, yes. That was
a nice like attempt. 2 distinct rooms. Yes, so that's...
Because you know they're going to be staying in 2 different type of rooms. Like, Dick isn't... If Big Dick is worried about Little Dick spending too much money on, like, little things of alcohol, they're not getting the best room. This one, a senator or someone who's running for senator is getting, like... Not here. Oh,
we also didn't talk about, I guess getting back to Veronica and Logan, we kind of skipped over it. Her basically, like, goaded him to, like, rage out. And then, like, their passionate sex. I was at work and I'd, like, fast forward a little bit because I couldn't remember how far. I couldn't remember how far we got into the sex scenes. I'm like, skip.
Is this like The Good Wife or like something else? Like, yes. I could get away with.
And I love the next morning when it's like Veronica's all like, good job, champ. I should give you a gold star. And Logan's
she was all for
And I'm
it.
like, well, I'm glad one of us liked it. He's like, is that what
glad it was good for you.
Is that all you want? And then he's like, I left Jan's number. Maybe you should give her a call. And Veronica's like, what now? What? Did we not just have great sex? It's great. And I know people are really angry that this is like Veronica as a character. I'm going to break it to you guys. Veronica's always been a shitty, like, self-centered person. That's why I love her. It's great.
Like, the blueprint for this scene was season 3.
Yes.
Like,
also, people can be, like, shitty people. It's okay. Not everyone has to, like... Mental illness is a real thing. Veronica has a lot of trauma in her life and has never dealt with it. Going around tasing people is great in the moment, but doesn't heal nothing. Okay?
It just scratches a minor itch.
It scratches a minor itch. Well, like, the actual disease is just growing and growing.
And it's really great. Like, honestly, my biggest takeaway from the season at a whole, like, is like Veronica's growth, or seeing what she has become. Like,
yes,
I don't know. It was a good, like, self-realization journey of sorts, where, like, she feels relatable to me in this season where she didn't in previous seasons, because, like, before, like, season 1 through 3, it was more about, like, how smart Veronica is and look how clever she is. And I am not that smart. I am not that clever. I cannot relate to that. Like, sure, with, like, locals, okay, but that's just because...
With locals like Maddie, I get it.
Yeah, like local teen Maddie. Like, yeah, I'm going to be smarter than her. I'm not going to go into the Fitzpatrick's and, like, without a taser. At least Veronica would have a taser in her bag. Like, come on, Maddie, look a fucking live.
Veronica would have backup. I'm just saying, Veronica would have backup.
Yes. Where's Maddie's backup? Oh, nowhere, because, like, whatever.
She goes from
She'd
a
have a
broken
cat.
home.
She'd bring a cat.
So did Veronica, buddy.
But season 4 feels more about, like, how broken Veronica is, and, like, not so much of how smart she is, but, like, how those decisions, like, it's just very, we're, like, at a spot with her where, finally we are meeting the consequences of her actions, and, like, or lack of actions, I guess, like, in terms of, like, getting the help she needs. And I don't know, it was just at, like, a time where I was like, well, yeah, maybe, like, I haven't really dealt with all my shit like I think I have, and I should probably go to therapy and talk about this with someone who's actually trained, and not just be like, oh, I know what this is. I can work on it this way. Like, it's very, like, this could be your life, Joe, except
I also really
without the PI.
Veronica kind of has a hesitation towards medication and drugs, because she was kind of like, did she put you on drugs? It's cool, but, like, I gotta know. And I think it comes a little bit from Duncan, because she saw, like, how fucking, like, disastrous that was. And I put in my notes, I like Veronica not understanding how she's the problem is amazing. I love it. I love a flawed character.
It's so perfect. It's such, like, a blind spot for her. Like, herself. It's like...
The show has been setting this up basically since day one.
It has. And it's so good to see it, like, come into fruition. Like, yes, like, she's shitty, and this is, like, a shitty time for her, but some people will never, like, climb back out unless they have hit the rockest of bottoms.
Yes.
And Veronica has never hit that. The closest she did was in the season 3 finale, and she just left town.
Yeah.
Like, she ran from her problem. She didn't deal with, like, the fallout of what she did to her dad. Like, she just
Which
left.
I like that Penn also brings up as well. She's just like, that was kind of a me thing.
She's like, mind your business. That was a me, not a him.
You don't know our life story. And he's like, I've watched all 3 seasons of the movie, ma'am. I know the life story.
I actually contributed to your guys' Kickstarter, so I don't know what you're talking about.
My one other note I have about this particular episode is the Alonzo and the Dodie stuff, like the 2 hitmen, still not really working for me.
No, honestly, I didn't write
also, the
down
fact
anything.
that those nerds got, like, an innocent guy just, like, decapitated, like, really...
Do they? Does that guy get decapitated?
Isn't that the king? Isn't that him? The head at the end of the episode?
Was there a head chopped off?
There's a head at the end of the episode. There's a head.
What did I miss? What happened at the very end? What the fuck did I miss?
They're like, because when Patton Oswalt comes on the screen, is like, so and so like set up the bombing to like kill his like brother's fiance, and then the two of them are like, oh well, I guess it wasn't this dude, and then he walks around and there's just like a decapitated head on the counter. Because the nerds are like, yeah, it's that king so and so. He set him up because nerd things, and they just went out and killed him.
I didn't
not finish the episode.
It ended on Veronica and Keith and Logan. Did it not? Did I?
No, it does not end on them. It ends. There's one more scene after them.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't. I'm looking at the screen caps right now. It ends on Logan coming up and telling him he got a new job.
But there's a head at the end of the episode.
Sir, there is not.
Oh my god. Okay, just a second. Let me just... I'm pretty sure I did not start the next episode.
I think you might.
I don't think I did. Okay, let's see. Where's Veronica Mars?
Literally, it goes from the fight scene to Veronica...
Give me a second.
Oh my god.
Give me a second.
I've given you plenty of seconds.
Okay, Logan gets the job. Okay, we're at the newscasting. Is it like cut in here somewhere? Yeah. So like 46 minutes, the two of them are in their hotel room. And they're like, what do we do about King Kursky? And they walk into the kitchenette. And there's a decapitated head in there. And he grabs another beer.
Oh.
And then it cuts to Veronica and Keith.
I full on turned away at that moment.
It's kind of... I'm just saying, those nerds kind of got our innocent kid murdered.
Oh, they definitely did.
I also didn't find their storyline very interesting. I did enjoy the... I wrote it in here. The toss me the El Bolo, and then he just like pulls it. I enjoyed that.
I am so
goes
glad.
For the windpipe.
Okay, listen. Honestly, as someone who is super small, like if I get into a fight, that's the first thing I'm fucking doing. That's what
Sandra Bullock taught us in Miss Congeniality.
Yes, like if that's why I always threaten, like I will punch you in the throat, because that's all you need to say.
Yeah.
Because like. That will end the conversation right there, because you can't fucking speak.
But I also think they had like the slow burn going, and it's not interesting to me. There's so many things going on that are not interesting.
And that doesn't like it's such it doesn't I don't know, it doesn't,
because the stuff that really works really well.
Yes.
And then like I feel like we're cutting to like scenes from Breaking Bad that were accidentally sliced into the show. Right?
Well, yeah, I turned away and missed it. Like, goddamn, that's super annoying. All right, you ready for some segments then?
Let's do it.
As kind of a side project, I dispense fashion advice.
Fashion. In this segment, we like to talk about the fashion of the episode, what we liked, what we didn't like, and what was just kind of worn in these modern times. I don't have much, really, actually, this time. My favorite, though, was Nicole's, like, red hoodie thing that she has. Like, I don't think it's a hoodie, it's like a sweater.
One outfit.
It's like this bright red number. It's I don't know, it just looked really good. It's like the one thing that stood out.
What I have to say about this season of Veronica Mars is all the clothing is very
accurate.
It's just it's just clothing. Like, I think the other seasons are just like really bad stuff. Like, Veronica's in a hoodie and jeans, and I really appreciated it. I like her purple sweater at the end of the episode when Keith comes over.
Yes, that was my other one I liked.
But there's no like outfit where I'm like, oh, that's hideous. It's just everyone seems to be wearing normal things, and I appreciate it.
Oh, and Veronica's like, it's like her black like sweater hoodie thing. It has like a rip, like some rips around the top. It kind of looks like, with how the pull string is, it kind like how it falls, it kind of makes it look like it's a pea coat of a type jacket, like a military style, but it's not. Because I kept thinking it was, but it was.
I do think she's a little too casual when she stops over at Maddie's mom's house. Also, side note, I love when she grabs the bag of chips from the kid and just like. Okay, next segment.
Next segment. Ooh, we're flying through.
Because we're like an hour and 7 minutes in already.
These are the jokes.
It's time for our favorite quote of the episode. In this segment, we each choose our favorite quote of the episode. I love when a segment explains itself.
Yes.
Travis, what is your favorite quote of the episode?
So I have two, but my very, very favorite is when Dick comes back and that what's her face? Monroe is gone.
Wait, what just happened?
Clyde just saved you from statutory rape charges.
Oh, cool.
Where were you with Madison, Clyde?
Ugh. I also quite enjoyed when Keith shows up and he's like, Veronica's like, just stopping by. I could have been having sex, and he's like, "You're not married." There's like a sting to it that I really like.
It would have been funny though if she could have hit back with, "Yeah, that's why I would have been having sex."
Oh yeah,
just that old trope. I thought you were gonna go with when Dick and Veronica are like they're talking at the beginning with at the party. Or whatever, and he's explaining her to Monroe, and he's like, like the whole small packages thing, and Veronica's like, "You have one?" Like, I miss these two just being dicks to each other. It's perfect. Or her being a dick to Dick and him not realizing it.
Problematic garbage, so they belong together.
Fair. So my favorite quote is kind of a Travis quote of sorts because it's very small and minute. But it's when they're at Maddie's mom's house. Is that who she is? That's Maddie's mom?
That's Maddie's mom. Yes, because they're her stepkids.
Gotcha, because she remarried. Okay.
She remarried.
But Troy, the little fuck face, is like eating chips, and she's like, "I need you to not eat chips." And he's like, "Dad lets me eat chips." I get it, Troy. I was that kid. Okay.
But I like where he's like, "You're not Dad. You're just Renee."
Yeah. But it's the part where Veronica like just grabs his chips and throws them away. And she's like, "Shut up, Troy."
Who the hell are you?
Shut up, Troy.
Like, I felt that on such because there are some kids that you just want to fucking backhand and just be
there's
like, "Shut
another
the fuck up and
inconsistency.
listen."
We already have a character named Troy, so they used it for another character. Oh my god, I can't believe the writers reused a name. Like
hacks. They're all hacks. Did they not forget about Troy Vandegraff?
I've never met another Travis my whole life, so clearly I'm the only one.
Hacks. Reusing old plot lines. All right, let's move into the next segment.
Go Pirates!
It's time for our MVP, our most valuable pirate. In this segment, we like to choose the character that we thought did the best of the episode and give him a little bit of praise. Who is your MVP?
I'm giving it to Dick.
Oh, okay. Because it's great acting. He's such a good actor.
Acting. Also, because like
one take, he did that in one take. Travis.
It's only been like one episode since we've seen him last, but I'm like, I missed him.
It's been forever. Why haven't we seen him forever? He also is the only one that get a spinoff, so it's not like
it's not really like it's a Ryan Hansen spinoff, and it's wonderful, and I can't wait to discuss it.
I'm giving it to Clyde.
I was thinking of giving it to Clyde, but I'm like, I think Joe might give it to Clyde.
Well, and as we got to it, I was like, fuck. If we have the same MVP again.
It was between Clyde, Dick, and Big Dick, so it was like, I could have gone with any of them.
I was pretty much just Clyde for me.
Okay.
I think it's a good introduction to him, and I'm excited to keep going with him in the season.
Because I don't remember anything with him, I just remember liking him.
I remember his, fishing thing with Keith, and that's about it.
Oh, yeah.
Him and Keith get a relationship, yeah.
Him and Keith get real bro. That's why Keith hasn't remarried.
Real Brokeback Mountain. Yep. All right, let's move into the last segment.
Pirate points are earned by being a contributing member of the school.
pirate points. In this segment, we figure by the time we get here, you know how we felt about the episode, whether we liked it, hated it, fell somewhere in between. So instead of getting a numerical score or a letter grade, we like to say how many pirate points the episode has earned. How many pirate points has it earned for you? I actually have one this week. I'm happy.
So my phone auto-corrected, and I kind of like when it auto-corrected too, than from my original thing. So I'm going with enough pirate points to buy some vending machine gun.
Oh God, it is America.
I went for
and it's not like,
but it auto-corrected to gun, and I'm like, that works better.
What really sucks is like, there's no time to like, can't be like, oh no, we just had a shooting. Like, let's like not talk about because it's every week. We started to open back up and it's already happening.
I mean, to be fair,
week.
We have had some shootings recently here, and it's been kind of very like
scary.
Yeah. So I don't understand how you guys do it on a weekly basis. If
you get numb to it,
like it because it happened.
It's scary.
There's a Safeway that I go to like almost all the time, and it happened kind of like a block from there, and I'm like, that fucking freaked me out. I don't know if I can go to that Safeway ever again. And I'm like, yeah, but in the States it happens everywhere. So it's like, well, I have to go to school, so I can't not go there anymore.
Dude, there was in Boulder, Colorado, there was that shooting at a grocery store. Like, that's like, I mean, I'm not saying like I'm close to it, but it's only like 35 minutes away from like where I live. Like,
did you know that that's where John Bonet was from? Was Boulder, Colorado? Sorry,
let me tell you. No, that makes so much sense because I cannot stand Boulder and anyone who comes out of it. Oh my God. Anyway.
What's your pirate points?
I'm giving it enough pirate points to see a glass ceiling and just say F it.
Oh my God. Does that, like, that can't be my favorite. I was not going to make that my favorite quote because I don't want to give it to him. He doesn't deserve it.
Right.
But it's fucking amazing. And I love the Diane wrote it just being like, men are disgusting.
Yes! Oh,
because I bet you she wrote it as like, that might be a bit too much. And she's like, no. It's good.
It actually might not be enough.
Let's find the like grossest teen actor we can get for this.
Oh my God. All right. Anything else, my friend?
I am excited to continue on. I kind of want to continue reading episode reviews for the beginning of each episode because
that might be a little fun.
This made my night reading that review.
We'll going on, we'll each pick one and we'll bring it to the table. We'll pick two that way in case one of the other picks the one.
I just think to what's his face, Mr. Zeller. I apologize. I'm sorry you were hurt so much. I'm sorry this episode triggered you so much that you created an IMDb account just to write a review.
And if you know Mr. Zeller, if you could get us in contact with him so that I can ask him some follow-up questions. That I just a couple small ones. But with that, we will. That is, but with that, that is the end of the episode, and I want to thank y'all for listening. It's always wonderful. It's always great to be here. If you liked what you heard today, be sure to subscribe to the podcast. You can also follow us on social media. We are on Twitter and Instagram at Veronica Mars Pod on both of those. That is Veronica Mars Pod on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find us through email if you'd like to reach out through there. veronicamarspod at gmail.com, where you can send any comments, inquiries, concerns, and we will be happy to answer them, either on the podcast or through email, whichever works best for you. Be sure, if you see star ratings, to tap on that fifth star to let them know you love us as much as we love you. And with that, you can find me on social media.
Okay, you gotta like...
Or just Twitter. At Ojo, that is OHJEAUX. That is just on Twitter. Travis, you are also on a place.
I am on Twitter and Instagram, and you guys can find me at Travis Truant. That's Travis, then TRUANT for Trant.
For Trant. And we Trant see you all. No, we will see you all. Next week with Veronica Mars, Season 4, Episode 3. Keep calm and party on. Have a wonderful night. I love you. Goodbye.
Bye.
You tried to save Veronica Mars. We get it. Girl detectives are bitchier than regular detectives. Not into it.